Hey everyone, you're here for AFTERBUZZ TV's recap of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We're going to talk significant others and significant brothers in just a few.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. I hate this song. I was like, oh my god, I hate that song, Work by Rihanna. She's like, we're gonna make that our opening. That's it. I was like,
just make it interesting, right? All right, everyone, you're here for AFTERBUZZ TV's recap of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I'm your host, Francesca, and you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, XOXOCESCA. And next to me is the lovely
Justine. You can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3. That's DIVANNA. Tweet me. You can find me on, I feel bad, these are so long, my Instagram and YouTube. Let's Face It with Justine. I do like beauty and makeup videos, and tomorrow I was showing them I'm going to do like a boob contour video. So check it out, guys.
Hi guys, I am Dakota T Jones. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T Jones.
Hi, I'm Annabelle Desisto, and you can find me on Twitter at Annabelle Lee 417.
Yes, and thank you for filling in for us today.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk about America's First Family.
Right?
So excited.
Right?
The First Family. It's like, they're like right up there with the president and
Oh, yeah.
First
I
Family.
think way more
they're just
famous.
a-
Way
yeah,
more
exactly.
famous. Yeah.
Way more famous.
So tonight's
Sad.
episode circles around pretty much the guys again. First, Corey. We start off with Corey, and then obviously Rob, who it's so weird to see Rob back on the show. I so wish Bobby was here. He would die.
He loves Rob.
He just loves Rob.
Still never met the infamous Rob. No.
Bobby.
Bobby.
I was like, you haven't met Bobby Kardashian?
I still haven't met him. And I can't wait.
Next week. But yeah, so let's start off. So we see Corey grocery shopping with Kourtney, who... Kourtney's a whole nother thing on this episode. She's so nitpicky and annoying this episode.
So she's being Kourtney.
She's like being Kourtney to the max this episode. But Corey's hanging out with Kourtney a lot. I did not even know this.
Me either.
Yeah.
He meets her grocery shopping. I don't even invite my best friend grocery. I don't even like grocery shopping myself.
Right?
It's not like an activity you invite your friend to,
Yeah.
let alone your mom's boyfriend.
Like-
It's
I don't
so
go
weird.
I don't go grocery shopping. I'm like, oh, need this. Stop one day, saving money. Oh, I'm gonna buy it $5, and I just keep going every day, thinking I'm saving money. But in the end, it's the same as if I went grocery shopping.
Literally, she's like, all right, so we're getting this like natural gum, and Corey's gonna come help pick it out.
Yeah.
Right? We need your expertise in
I can't make
Corey.
this purchase without his approval.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, Mason, do you really want this natural gum? And he's like all pumped for the natural gum.
I know.
Did you see the entire episode, like, while they're in the grocery store, that he's just eating different foods? And, like, I guess when you're a Kardashian, you can just, like, eat the food
Was
that
he really? I didn't even notice.
I used to do
that
that.
they hadn't, like, bought yet. And I was like,
Oh my gosh, yeah. I saw
I do that. I go through the store. I'm like, popcorn.
Really? See,
Yep.
okay, that's just something for me that I just like. I feel like it's like against the law to like start eating things before you pay
Always
for
do
it.
it.
Really?
Always.
Yeah, like I've
Always.
never been comfortable doing that. And like,
Animal crackers, gummy bears.
I'm
I
with-
start eating them.
see,
I've
I'm,
never done that. I didn't know it was, like,
Always.
you could sample it.
Because
No,
I
no.
can't wait. I'm so hungry.
yeah, it's one of those things where like some people, will come up and put their stuff on the register and already have it's just an empty bag sitting there, and I'm like,
I do that, and then everything falls all over the place. I'm like, sorry, I was eating it. And she's like, oh.
oh, cool.
So Corey helps them in the grocery,
She's like, all right, moving
store,
on.
and then they're hanging out all the time at the Nice Guy. Apparently, I don't know if you guys heard the Nice Guys. I think it's kind of new. I'm not sure, but it's supposedly really hard to get into.
It is.
Never even heard of it. Where
I've
is
been-
it?
It's this super famous, like, club. It's a restaurant and a club. I guess there's a club in the back.
Yeah, one time.
It's on
Where?
La Cienega.
Okay.
Yeah. I went one time because Kylie was supposedly supposed to be there, and she wasn't.
Oh,
Sadness.
maybe she was, but she went like in the back.
this Hollywood?
I think there's like one entrance.
Yeah, it's-
because the paparazzi always waits there. It's literally like smaller than this room, the Nice Guy. It
Really?
feels like it. It's tiny. It's tiny.
It's a club?
I don't know. I've never been inside, but
Yeah, it's
I've been outside.
Yeah, it's like a restaurant bar / club. I don't
Yeah.
know, but of course they can get in, no problem,
Yeah.
and they're making it their headquarters to meet up. But that's I mean. even though Corey's so much younger than their mom, would you guys feel comfortable hanging out with Corey, or if your sibling was hanging out with Corey?
No, I think it's so weird because
Yeah.
I mean, him and Kourtney are probably like he's probably only a couple years older than Kourtney.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're closer in age, but it's like I would feel weird hanging out with him because I can't understand one thing he says.
He's better than French Montana, though.
Oh my gosh.
Like both those guys need to be like subtitled because it's like an ethnic Honey Boo Boo where I'm like I have no idea what they're saying. Like he has marble mouth and he's like I just, your mom, and I'm like open your mouth like. Mason has better enunciation than Corey does.
For everyone that thinks I say how I feel, Annabelle takes the
this is me
top
being
for that.
nice. I mean, I'm sure Corey's watching, so
Totally, Corey and all the Kardashians.
You know
watch
what I
us.
think?
Yeah.
I think that I would feel. Nobody's mentioned Chris in this. I'd feel weird if I were Chris, like because I'd be like, you know, me. I personally would feel even if she's secure with the relationship, that's fine. But me, I'd be like, Kourtney is younger and hotter. Sorry, Chris. And I'd be kind of. I don't know. I'd be like kind of anxious. I'm like, ooh, my younger, hotter daughter's hanging out with my boyfriend.
I think
Who's more their age? Like,
I think he's getting closer and closer because he's already has like the ATM lockdown, which is Chris. So he's really trying to like make his relationships really strong with the kids. So it makes it like harder to break up. Like
Sinking his tea.
And because it's like, you know, Chloe's busy at the gym. Kylie's busy running that, you know, youth hostel at her house where they're just like running around on Snapchat. And it's
Youth
like,
hostel?
Like, have you seen her Snapchat? It's always just like 8 different like renegade kids.
Wait,
like,
who's this?
on Kylie's Snapchat?
Oh,
it's just always like her friends.
Oh
like,
yeah, Kylie. Yeah.
her like at-risk youth friends just like running around with like funny hats on. It's like, what else are they gonna do? So it's like Kourtney's the only one who doesn't have anything going on besides the kids. So she is locked down. So he's like,
Right.
okay. He's like one of those sucker fishes, you know, that like attach themselves to like the big whale, you know, the fish, and then the parasite fish just like eats off of what. Well, you know, I'm not a scientist, but there's like
I know what
fish
you're
out
saying. I
there
know what
that
you're
like.
I
saying.
love it.
Well, we see like him. So Kim obviously sees that it's kind of weird or thinks that it's weird. Confronts Kourtney. Kourtney's just like, literally whatever, right? So
Literally whatever.
so Kim goes and talks with Corey. Wait, no. Let's talk about how Kourtney was saying. Hold on, I wrote it down. What did she say? Oh my God. You don't have to be that nosy, like about asking questions. But if this guy is your mom's boyfriend and you're having him hang around all the time, like that's kind of weird if you're not asking questions about him.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
you want to know about.
Because Kim was like, I live with him, and I don't know, like, where is he from? Does he have any brothers or sisters? And I was like, you mean is he an only child? Like, how have you lived with this person for almost 2 years? And she's like, I have no idea.
Maybe
where
she
he's
can't
from.
understand him.
He's probably told her 100 times, and she's like, huh? What?
But she said she didn't even know where Kanye went to high school.
That's kind of crazy.
That's weird.
That's crazy. If you know, like, if
He
you're
probably
gonna,
was like, I didn't go to high school. I am a god. Like,
If I was married, like, I'd at least want to know the girl's like where she came from, like her background, like, you know what I mean?
It's weird.
It's kind of crazy.
She's probably like, it's Kanye. He doesn't matter where he went to high school. He probably didn't because he's a god, like you said. He don't go to high school.
doesn't need high school.
Well, we know he dropped out of college. College
That's
dropout,
true.
right?
College dropout.
Anyways.
Who isn't? I mean,
What did he do? What did he do? That's something I don't know. What was he going to college for?
I don't know. But apparently it didn't work out. And he wanted to go a different way. And you know
And it
what?
worked.
I mean,
Look at
it
him
worked
now.
out.
Look at him now, yeah.
college is a scam. We all know it.
Right?
That's a
Just
different
debt,
show.
Debt and debt.
Yeah,
Right.
seriously.
But so Kim sits down with Corey and
In the kitchen.
It starts.
in that
That's where
sparkling white kitchen. Is where
Always-
everything goes
every
down.
conversation goes down.
It's
in
like
that
the Friends
kitchen.
coffee shop. It's all in
Yes.
the kitchen. And they sit down, they have the most awkward, it was like watching an awkward first date where she's like, so,
It was awkward.
do you have any brothers or sisters? And then he gave a 5-minute response that none of us could really understand, where I guess he does have brothers and
Subtitles.
sisters, but he's like,
Half-brothers and
but my
half-sisters.
family, there were friends that come by. And I was like, she didn't ask for your life story, Corey. She just, just a one word.
Just a couple questions.
Just a couple things. He was like, but I don't have the family, we didn't have the family dynamic that you guys do. It's like, yeah, because nobody has that family dynamic. Nobody has murder, transgender, drug overdose. I mean, that's a pretty specific family dynamic that the Kardashians have.
And there's
he-
like
Not the
50 of
norm.
them.
He referenced the whole family. He's like, y'all are my dad. He said, y'all are my dad.
He he did say something about his dad.
I like that Kim asked. She was like, "So why do you like my mom?" And then I was like, that's a good question.
His dad,
and I thought he was just gonna be like
so weird.
ATM. But he was like, she's just, I'm just taking care of your queen, and I'm just, she's her, and I'm just me.
It's like cool.
But I guess even though didn't make sense and blabbered a little bit extra, but I guess it makes sense that he likes to be around Kourtney, because we were saying Kourtney's the more like family one with the kids.
Yeah.
Even though it's still weird, like we see how it makes sense a little bit, I guess.
I guess.
I mean,
but Kim has kids. Oh, yeah, Kim has kids.
Kim's doing things. Like, she's, and I don't think Kanye is like, hey, let's have this moocher hang around us. All,
Very true.
Yeah, I mean, Corey has done a lot with like helping with make Justin Bieber famous, right? I mean, that's where he got his like.
Well, he's
like,
just
what does he do?
road manager, I think, or something. Or
is he like his tattoo consultant? If so, he's doing a terrible job. But it's like, Corey, like, what do you do besides?
Yeah, what does
hang
he
out
do?
with? Besides just ride in the car with the kids and being like, hey, please, like me.
I think he's like
I'm not leaving. So
tour manager / type bodyguard type
bodyguard.
well, he's clearly. I mean, it's like
Situation they
he's
got
never
going
with
on.
Justin. Clearly, he's just at Erewhon helping pick out gum.
I mean,
He was like, I was Justin's gum manager, and I moved on.
I picked some
lucrative
natural
career.
Gum, yeah.
what did you guys think about Kim talking to Kourtney about like Rob and Black China, because she was supportive. She was like, it's Rob has been out of the picture for years and years and years, and it's nice to see him who I don't care who he's dating, it's nice to see him out and about. But she was like, he's unloyal for not telling Kylie about Tyga, and I personally agree, like 100%. What do you guys think?
I totally missed that.
Really?
No, I get it.
I wrote it down.
I think that it was one of those things where Rob should have sat down with Kylie and said, hey, look, I'm dating Black China, and I just wanted you to know, because that would save so much tension. I feel like if you just put everything out on the table, that's what I do in real life, and that always seems to work. But if you hide anything or like try to go behind the back and then hear about it from other people,
Right.
it never
Makes it
works out
worse.
right. It never works out right. Yeah. And I know that Kylie acts like everything's cool with Rob, but there's got to be tension there. Like, come on, dude. Like, what the heck? Don't you think?
It's just so
Yeah.
weird.
But I mean, this whole family is very like okay with everything. They're very accepting of whatever's thrown their way.
It's
And
not shocking.
Yeah, they've been through it all. Like, their dad is transgender, and Rob's had all of his problems. Like, it's one of those things where this family just bounces back fast. Like, whatever it's thrown their way, they always make it through fine, and that's something that's very admirable, I think, because something crazy like that would happen to me, it would take me a long time to get over anything.
I mean, they are cockroaches. Like, they survive everything, and they're like, and they come back stronger.
They come
It's
back with
like
more armor.
incredible. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm glad that Rob is finally like, he's been in hibernation for 3 years, just locked
Yes, he
in
has.
a house with, I assume, like hundreds of boxes of Arthur George socks that didn't sell. Just like locked away in
Does
Chloe's.
he still have that line?
It does,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a
wonder.
pair.
And if you want to go
do?
to
You
I like
would.
it. I like it.
You
They're cool.
would.
I actually got them at the Dash store.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to ask. Like, they were really expensive, right?
They were like $16.
Oh, they were gonna say 60 at first.
No. It says like on one sock it says stay, and the other sock says trill.
That's expensive for socks.
true.
I'll like get mine at the dollar store. I'm like,
Some of them
dollar
are-
store socks.
Some
I
of
mean,
the
they
things that
sold them at
say-
Nordstrom at first for like a much higher price, and then they realized that that's,
Some of the sayings
Not
on
working.
those. Some of the sayings on those are so great though. They're hilarious, super inappropriate and hilarious.
I love socks though. They're like, but I just hate. I always lose one of the pairs, so it's just like a never-ending sock consumption.
It's like jewelry with me. I can't buy expensive jewelry. I'll lose it. So I'm like, Forever 21, $5. Even though my ears are like bleeding because they're so sensitive. I'm like, it's okay. Stick through it.
Speaking of odd jewelry, what did you guys think of when Kim like takes out like the ice packs
Oh, yeah,
from her boobs?
so
like,
weird.
And Chloe's like, are those mine?
Those are her like the little eye
Yeah.
relaxing.
The eye, yeah, they
Cooler
deep
thing.
puff.
And she just pulls them out of her bra like she was
I
cooling
need
herself.
them for my boobs because what did I put? They're gonna explode. She's like, okay, so put them on your boobs, and now it's like, all right, Chloe, time to put them on your eyes.
Yeah, no thanks.
She's like, my boobs are just the size of people's eyes. That'll work perfectly. And I'm like, they're like that whole pad is like the size of your nipple, Kim. Like, they're not
Literally.
magical. There's nothing, they can do because product can only do so much.
This is right after she had given birth, right, to to Saint. I always keep forgetting where we are on the timeline versus reality. So I think, yeah, her body was still
This was right after
freaking
she
out,
gave
right?
birth to Rain, or not Rain,
Saint.
Sorry.
Who's Rain?
Rain is Chloe.
Oh, I Kourtney's.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, what the heck?
These kids, there's so many of
Today
them.
is not my day, but yeah.
You know, they're a hot Duggar family.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
so Saint is the newest addition, and Saint is so cute. I know last week we talked about his first
appearance,
and he's just adorable.
He is really
For me,
cute.
North.
I only
is
saw him from
adorable.
like the side, so I haven't seen him from the front yet.
Fantastic side profile.
This is,
Fantastic baby profile.
This was a while ago, and I have to bring it up because I forgot it. Did you guys see the video on Kim's Instagram? I think it was from Snapchat, and it was North sitting on something, and she's like, "Oh, my bed," and it was like falling. Like, no, she was like trying to take a video of her, and she was like, no, like she was being such a little diva, and then like I don't know if you guys saw that.
No.
It was pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie, but it was really funny because I was just like, okay, little diva.
Yeah, she learns from the best.
Well, really fast. That reminds me about how Kourtney said she gave Mason $100 for her tooth.
He lost his. As they're fighting about the mom buying a house for Rob, they're like, you're enabling him. And then she says how Mason lost his tooth because he's 6 years old. And she was like, tell him what the tooth fairy brought you. And he's like, $100. And I was like, you're criticizing your mom for enabling Rob, and you gave your 6-year-old $100
For one tooth.
But what is he gonna what is he gonna do with that $100?
And what is he gonna expect? Obviously they have everything, and they're gonna get everything, but
it just made me mad. I'm just like, they're all criticizing Chris, and they're like, you bought him a house, and she's like, he has enough money for a down payment, and they're like, no, he doesn't. I know Chloe has a weird incestuous relationship with him. I'm not saying they're sleeping together, but I am saying that she has a very weird codependent relationship with him, where she's like, I need to fix baby birds. So like Lamar, and then we know how that happened. And then Rob, she's like, okay, well, he's stuck in my house, which is like, and like more. I'm not calling him morbidly obese, but when you like those obese people
he
have
was
to be
hibernating,
like, he
just
has
like
to
you
be
said.
taken out by like firefighters because they can't get out of their bed. She was enabling him. I'm not saying he's to that level, but when people just like continue to support that person, and now that he's finally left, like he's left her nest, and she's like, no, and she gets like, sort of sounds like an ex-girlfriend when she was saying, she's like, how can he just like leave me? We just have like so much history, and like people just like get up and leave, and you're like, yeah,
it's
that's what people do when he's your little brother and he goes to live his life.
It's kind of like how she is with Scott. Like, she has like a really close relationship with Scott too. I just think she's like, well, that's a whole
It's just so weird. But it's like she was attacking Chris for buying the house for him or putting down the down payment. I'm like,
I don't know. I felt like an earthquake was.
She was like,
it's the anger of course.
She's like that.
She didn't buy like.
She was
Kim
like,
bought all of those houses.
Things
Kim's
are
bought
happening.
every house. It's like Kim's butt and her sex tape bought everything. And I'm not saying that as I think that's fantastic, but it's not. You think you bought that house on like your Dash profits from when you worked there in 2007 when the show started? No. Like Kim is the reason you have all this.
She was like, that's all I had in my purse or something, and I was just like,
Yeah, she's like, I couldn't find my $2 bill.
Oh yeah, she's like,
Kourtney?
when Kourtney, she's like, I couldn't find my $2 bills. I was like, what are you, my grandma? My grandma used to send me like silver dollars when I lost my teeth. I was like,
think when I got my tooth, I think I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe I got like $3. Like, I couldn't even believe that I got it. That's just like $100. Like, what is he gonna do with $100? Like, what?
But speaking of like all this money talk, and you're talking about how Chris went and got this house. We know that she's buying it, not Rob, or whoever's money's buying it, but it's not Rob. But she's literally going there and setting it all up in one day. Like, what?
I know. She was like, we're going to get in, we're going to do it in one day with Fay, and it's going to be good. And it's like, that doesn't how things work. Like, it's not how things work. It takes a while. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like, even helping my parents, like with our house, back home, it took like a couple years.
Well, they have an entire I mean, it's a show, so they're showing, they have to show Chris being like, oh, I'm in all the stress of packing and moving, and I'm like, no, you have literally 5 assistants with you today.
I like that we saw like Juanita, or
you saw the 2 housekeepers, and I was very impressed that Chloe knew one of their names. I was like, I'm surprised that they're allowed to make eye contact with you. So I was very proud of Chloe. And I was like, oh, you're acknowledging that they're like human beings and you're not just like walking past them like air.
It could have been for the cameras, you know.
But yeah, she's just like, her name's like Susie, and she's like, hello, Juanita. And I was like, all right. She's like, I can't say anything. I need this job. But Kourtney was driving me crazy. That
I can't.
Kourtney was very excited that she got to be on the cover of Architectural Digest. And
that was so random
and I'm like,
to me
that's
at first.
the only magazine cover that you guys haven't been on besides like Dog Fancy. But she was like, this has been my dream forever. This has been my dream. And she's wearing like a top that of course you'd wear when you're doing like a home magazine of like, it looked like a censor bar. There was just like a black strip right here and like a black strip right there. I was like, go for it.
I love their friendship.
But she's so insane about when she went into Rob's house, she was like, those are the same mugs that I have. Stop copying me. And she had this like legit fight with Chris that she was buying the same cups as her. And she's like, people are copying me. And I go out of my way to find specially designed items that nobody else has. I was like, you got those at Crate and Barrel. It's not like you're going through flea markets finding like these vintage cups. I'm like, you went to a mass-produced store. Like, you can't be mad when she has a table from Pottery Barn. Like, you're going to call the factory and be like, I bought this. You need to stop production on it.
Stop
like,
all production.
You're not that, you're not that unique. You just did a magazine of your entire house. And like, if you're going to be so top secret, like, she wouldn't even tell Chris where she bought her bath towels.
Yeah.
Right. And she's like, did you go to Bed Bath & Beyond? She's like, I can't tell you that because you're just going to copy it. And I was like,
I love Kourtney and Chloe's relationship.
This is what you guys choose to be secret about? Like, not your sex tapes or like any of your other drama, but she's like, we can't tell anyone my bath towels. That is the family secret that we must hold close to the chest. I'm like, really? That's what we're gonna protect?
I can't.
It's just so weird.
It's hot.
I love that Chloe was a part of it though, because I just love their friendship. From Miami, I always think they've been super close. Like they always say that like Kim and Chris are the closest, like they're close, and then there's Chloe and Kourtney, and I don't know. I love their friendship.
Me too.
I'm happy they did that together.
Yeah.
They're the first siblings on Architectural Digest.
Yes.
I know that was a big thing for that magazine. They're like, we're finally having our first sisters on the cover.
Yeah.
It's been a big thing for them.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? I go ahead.
No, go.
No, I'm just thinking like this whole episode was just so awkward for me. Like,
yeah.
Considering, okay, we have like 3 different really big fights. We have Corey. Well, we have the awkward situation with Corey and Kim trying to get to know him, but Kim just seems kind of a little uninterested. And then we have the whole, Chloe finally going to the house to try to see Rob. He's not there.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's right.
That whole thing, and then like Rob's eyebrows was a whole different story.
That was weird.
But like,
Rob.
I just feel like this was a very tense episode, and I feel like there was just Fay was there helping me.
The morally corrupt Fay Resnick. I know that you guys don't watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I was very excited to see her on there. Fay's having a fantastic year. I don't know who her agent is, but she has been on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She was on American Crime Story. Not her, but the woman from Nashville was playing her. Connie Britton was playing Fay Resnick, and now she's on Keeping Up With the Kardashians. Like, she will go to an opening of a tampon, but that woman is everywhere, and I love it.
Yeah.
I was very excited to see her.
It kind of did feel like she was just there, regardless if she was friends with Chris or not, because that fight between, or that, like, not fight, but, like, confrontation between Fay and Kourtney about the feminine
Because Fay's a designer, and she's, like, designed famous people's houses. And so she designed for Rob, and you go in and it's beautiful. And then Kourtney comes in and she's like, I don't like this rug. This is too feminine. He's a cool, dope guy. And I was like, who are you talking about? Because it clearly isn't Rob. So, and then she's like, it's too feminine. And I'm like, Rob is the most feminine out of this entire family, including Caitlyn. Like, Rob is, not necessarily like what I would call butch, and he's just like, he had no opinion. He's just like in his XXL sweatshirt, and he's like, I don't care. He did not care. Kourtney was way more upset than he was. I'm like, Kourtney, you don't live here.
Guys are super easy.
And so she like took out the rug. She like completely changed it. And Fay was like, I just designed this whole thing. And Kourtney's like, yeah, I'm not trying to be rude, but I just like hated all of it. I'm not being rude. It's just, you know, it's just
not
really,
my house.
It's really not him. And Rob's like sitting in the back. He's like, I don't. What?
It looks cool to me.
As long as the fridge looks good for him, he's fine. Like he really doesn't care.
Oh my god.
Like it's for him. Like Black China should be the one who's making the decisions. Like her Tokyo Toni, which is, if you have not looked up Tokyo Toni, that is Black China's mom, and she is, oh my god, I just cannot wait to see Chris and Tokyo Toni go at each other. It's
gonna be good.
Oh my god, she's like 34 or something. She's really young, and she's always on Instagram doing like videos about her daughter and Rob. And
yeah. She's
heard
so
stuff
excited
about it,
about
but-
that.
So you guys, if you haven't been to her Instagram, please do yourself a favor, because it is a gift.
What did you guys think about when like Chloe took a step up and she was like, all right, I'm just gonna go to Rob's house and, you know, just say hi, whatever, and he wasn't home, but she like sucked up her pride and she wasn't gonna go see him, and she ended up doing it.
Yeah. And he wasn't there.
I feel like it was like doing an ex-girlfriend, like a drive-by, like just
Like seeing how you're doing.
I just think
Checking
it's
it out.
weird, and especially since they did live together and they have that weird like sibling bond, that he doesn't talk to her.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really, I'd be really upset, especially because she's helped him through all of his struggles. He's lived with her. She took care of him. Like, it's wrong. I think it's so messed up.
But I think like brothers and sisters like go through those things. Like, I mean, I'm in, you know, like Corey, I'm an only child. But I think brothers and sisters go through that. And also it's like, he's an adult. I mean, he's an adult, kind of. And it's like, he's in a relationship. I know I dump my friends as soon as I get into a relationship. And this is the first time he's like been outdoors. He's like a mole person. This is like his first time outdoors in like 4 years or something.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
why-
he's a little bit like busy, Chloe. Like, he's seen you every day for, you know, like, let him have some room. Like, it's just because now you don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's just so excited to be like out and like seeing people and seeing daylight. I mean, he's always been in the house, and like the fact that he's actually going out and he's got like the super attractive girlfriend engaged now, actually, so fiance,
And a baby on the way.
and a baby on the way. Like, I'm sure he's just excited that things are finally starting to fall into place with him. And you know, he's lost quite a bit of weight. I feel like I told you guys last week, over 60 pounds or something like that.
No, he looks like great. I'm always surprised.
Really?
when I'm like,
I mean, it was hard to see what he looked like before, because there was like no like maybe a few pictures of him, but you didn't see him though.
I mean, I totally get being depressed because of your weight. I mean, I for sure get it. If I gain like 2 pounds, I'm like, well, not going out for a month. So I completely get it. And this isn't like a joke. I didn't understand why he just didn't get gastric bypass surgery, because it's like, I wish I was eligible for that. And it's like, that is the only surgery that this family has not had. Like, I'm serious. It's like, why don't you just get that? Like, or why didn't you? I mean, now he's lost a lot of weight, but it's like, I was always, why?
Well, I think he was just, I think that just goes to show how dark of a place he was in, because he just kept to himself. Like, when you have all those resources at the tip of your hand, surgeries, trainers, you know,
Sock
dietitians, what did you say? Sock lines.
line.
Exactly. Like, you know, that just shows how deep into depression he was. And, you know, that's why
And
Chloe
I think
was
that
so
Chloe
confused.
can't handle that he's out of that, because now she has no.
Yeah.
She feels like she has no purpose. She's like that. She was sort of like a martyr about him, where she's like, I can't do. You know, I'm taking care of Rob, or I'm taking care of Lamar, and she's like, well, now I don't have you know. I know
mean-
people who do that, or like that's their identity of like, I'm taking care of this person. I can't, like, I'm a whatever, fill in the blank. And so when you don't have that, you're like, but.
I mean, me and
But my
Annabelle
excuse just left.
we
Like,
were talking the other day, and like, I'm gonna put it all up front. Like, I'm very, very open about it. I'm not ashamed of it. I've suffered from depression my whole life, so I know exactly what it feels like. You have everything in the world, but you still feel alone, and that's why, you know, people that don't have it clinically, they don't get it, because they're like, he has all this money, like, he's famous, like, what's the problem? Like, there's people that are like starving and dying in the world, and he's depressed. It's like, you could be you could be the happiest person in the world, and anybody out there that suffers with it will completely understand. I've struggled with my whole life. It's not fun. It's like really, really hard.
But I'm so happy, like, he's so out of it. I know this has nothing to do with this, but my favorite line, I think, out of this whole episode, because, I mean, Corey talked a lot, so I couldn't really understand. When they went out to lunch, and shockingly, we only got one salad shot this whole show. Normally it's like every
Serious?
shot of them,
You're right.
eating salads out of a clear bowl, and there was actually only one of them, so I was shocked. But they go out. Kim and Kourtney go out for lunch, and Kourtney tells this really. She thinks it's hilarious. She says something. She's like, "You're gonna love this story," and it was about North and Penelope, and it goes on for like 3 minutes, and it's about Kim's own kid, and she's like, how I look when people tell me their kid stories, or when people tell you their dream. You're like, nope, and Kim just goes, I don't like eating crepes. They remind me of eating a dead person. And I was like, what type of crepes are you eating? Like, what?
Because I love some Nutella banana crepes.
But it's like...
Especially at Crave. Crave has like the best. And I was like really surprised to see them go there because it just doesn't seem like a place that they would eat. Because it's super easy to get into. It's always packed usually. And the fact that they were like, let's go to Crave. Like, that's a very
It must have been
big...
in the middle of the night or something.
Yeah, but it was light outside, so they probably rented it out. I've heard that like on their show, they to avoid people like coming up to them to ask for pictures, they will rent out the entire restaurant and then have like extras go in to sit at the tables. I've heard that.
I would love to get that extra job.
Yeah, I've heard actually one of my friends' friends did that and like were there at the restaurant. And they just weren't allowed to look at them or anything. And I was like, that no wonder, because you never see anyone like watching them or watching the cameras. Yeah. It's all so natural.
Because you're like, I mean, they're so known. There's no way that no one's ignoring.
And then there was one episode where they were in Paris and they wanted to go get beignets or whatever. I think that's how you say it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
and everyone swarmed. And it was like the one time they didn't have like staged people sitting there, and they're like, all right, we gotta go. We're gonna get it to go. We're gonna get it to go. And like it was just hilarious. So it just goes to show you that even though it's a reality show, they do have a lot of things that they are very in control.
I remember that in New Orleans, like the famous place where you can get the beignets, and I was like, ooh. All the ex-Reggie fans are really gonna swarm. Really, they're a spirited group there in New Orleans.
Yeah.
We did find out that Chris is weirdly friends with Mrs. Tom Hanks, Rita Wilson.
Oh when she went in for about that little bit.
Chris and Chloe were going to shoot something for College Humor because, of course, they are. I can't think of a funnier family. And she's like, we're filming it with my friend, my good friend Rita Wilson. And
then she can't even get the name right.
Chris had one line. It was to come in and say, hi, Anita. And we only saw 2 takes. It was probably went up to 40. And she would just come in with her blue crocodile Birkin bag. And she's like, hi, Rita. And she's like, oh, no, damn it. Okay, again. Hi, Rita. I did it again. I'm like, are you so not used to saying other word besides Kardashian that she's like, how do you say another person's name? It was... I would love to see the B-roll on that. I just want to know how many takes.
I was going to say, has anyone seen it?
I did. I saw the entire clip, and it was really, really funny. And, like, it was about basically how to pose yourself on the red carpet. And so they had, like, those little wooden dolls, and they were trying to show Chloe exactly how to pose. And it was hilarious. You guys have to watch it. It's on the College Humor website, but it was really funny.
It's funny.
Yay!
Chloe was like the human doll that they were like positioning for the red carpet. It was really cute. Yeah. It was like super unnatural poses. It was so funny.
Cool.
You gotta check it out.
I will. I'm going to. Did we miss anything? I think we got everything.
I think we covered
Is it news and gossip time?
Yes.
Yay, news and gossip.
TV news.
All right, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is the infamous picture that's going around right now, and it's Chloe's huge ass. Do you like that one? Her huge ass. Where was that again?
It was at the Beyonce Lemonade concert last night at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, you can literally.
It's not in this family's nature to show their ass. So it's really out of character. I was shocked.
But it's like, what's so funny is that it is like big, and we're all like, oh my God, she's showing her ass. But like we've seen it, and also like
it's
you
just
a
look, weird,
and you see it though. Like I think it's just
an
outline.
Unflattering. I'm all for showing. God, if I didn't have a pancake one, I would show it all the time. But it's just it just looks like when, you see every girl at like Starbucks who's wearing leggings, but they're completely see-through, and you see like striped boy shorts. That's what it looks like. It just like looks like a girl who's like, oh, my leggings are see-through. I found out after I left the house.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
It's really not that bad.
Clearly Monica Rose didn't put together this outfit because it is basic.
We've seen worse.
F.
We've seen way worse from the Kardashians.
I mean, Penelope has better outfits than this. Just not a fan.
Also, like the flash sometimes on like black leggings. Like,
it probably didn't look as bad in person. It really probably didn't.
The flash does wonders, like at night. I'm sure that it was just fine until the flash went on. And then there's her crack.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad it was the back because if anybody has watched this show, we know that Khloe has a problem with her camel toe, and so it was not the front.
That's right.
Well, yes, she talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not spilling any secrets.
Yeah.
I'm not, telling Kourtney's brand of beach towels.
Yeah.
Let's
Exactly.
move on from this topic.
Yes.
Because there's nothing to it's her ass. There you go.
And something that has come up recently a lot is the actual endorsement from Kim with Lumi, the case, the selfie lighting case.
Oh, yeah, it was all over last season, too.
So it's something that a lot of all the people on the show, basically you see them, they're always like, okay, and they have their little logo.
Oh, and so do you.
And so do I.
What?
So they sent me one, and it's super great, and it has like a beautiful lighting for your selfies, and basically
Lumi, send me one.
yeah, it's so cool, and literally like they've made so much money from this endorsement deal, and now Kylie's in on it. Khloe, every time you see any scene with Khloe in the car,
Khloe's been
she's got it on.
They
She's
love
like
it.
this the whole time, and it's beautiful. Like it's beautiful lighting. So I love that. And then here's another photo of Kim. This was the original shot when they first told everyone that they were endorsed by them. So
I mean, I've bought so many things because of this family. I have a waist trainer. I spent $80 on Kylie's lip
Lippies.
kits. I mean, she
Waist
needs money.
trainer, waist trainer did nothing to me. Nothing.
what's that?
Waist trainer?
Didn't work.
No, and I know this guy that, we were talking about it, and he's like, it's bullshit. Because it, tricks you into thinking it does stuff, but it doesn't. I mean, I measured
it's
my waist.
placebo effect, and I'm just like, if, I'm going to imagine it's crushing my organs. I love it.
Right?
I used to wear it for 40
Waist Gain
hours
Society,
on end.
please send me another one. I'm sure you're watching. But I will buy this Lumi case now.
No, you should.
will, yeah.
It's honestly like one of the best things ever, and I think it goes for like $60, but I'm sure it's worth
God.
every penny.
Nick had it too from a
Oh really?
last panel.
That's
yeah.
so cool. That's
See, I have I have a decent camera because I do makeup and I do videos and stuff, so I invested in a decent camera. So whenever I take pictures and I post them, it's never from my phone. It's always from my camera. So
I mean, my cat needs really good lighting because that's the only thing I take pictures of on my phone. So I'm still definitely going to buy this.
This will definitely give your cat some great lighting, guys.
That's all I
Definitely.
need. That's the best endorsement you could give me.
I love it.
Love it.
Sold. I'll take 20.
And then something else was kind of crazy. A lot of people are trying to put Kanye against Kim, saying that they're going to get a divorce or something. Kanye recently was on a track where he said, "Wifey's gonna kill me. She's the female OJ," which, considering Chris is still super heartbroken and uncomfortable talking about the whole thing about the murder and everything, it's very kind of insensitive that Kanye would just say that, especially
That's Kanye for ya.
referencing Kim to OJ. That's kind of like a
Maybe
big
he's
no-no.
just paying homage and respect because without OJ, we wouldn't have this family, you guys. So for anybody who doesn't like this family, which I love them, I've loved Kim since she was Paris Hilton's closet organizer, but everyone who says they hate the Kardashians, then take away, don't murder people because that's why we have them. So
I feel are you sure it's about Kim, not an ex? And he's just, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know why would he say wifey? And then he references her to OJ, which is a direct comparison to someone else.
maybe
from the family.
Kim's just great at football and we don't know it. I mean, she's certainly
she
great at
did
sleeping
magic book.
football players. So maybe some of that talent, really got in her.
Maybe.
Literally.
Really kicked in.
It's hard though because when you're putting lyrics out, it's are you a Taylor Swift where you're just letting it all, or you're just saying things that are gonna grab people's attention?
I talked about with Beyonce and Lemonade.
Yeah.
That album and how Jay-Z approves. It's not like she just wrote that and just put it out. He approves all of her stuff. So I heard that it was to get viewers, to get people talking. 'Cause he knows they're smart business people.
Yeah.
I can't name a recent good Kanye song that people actually know the name of. I mean, I loved Kanye's old stuff,
Same.
Gold Digger and Stronger and the workout plan, the fun Kanye music. I can't name one recent song of his. So
Yeah.
it's I'm oh, he mentioned this, and that makes me almost want to listen to it. But it's now he's become too much of an artist, and when people were I'm focusing on my art, I'm that's when the music goes to hell.
I miss the college dropout Kanye.
I miss fun Kanye when he wore those plastic glasses with the blinds in them.
Yeah.
Fun Kanye.
Vegas Kanye.
The only thing I like about new Kanye is that it seems like when we see him in the episodes and different things like that, we saw him on an episode of Cocktails with Chloe when we covered that show, and he seems like he's smiling more and kind of being more outgoing, and he's not so like, oh, I can't smile. He's like talking back to the paparazzi and smiling sometimes to the paparazzi, and I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, just like last year you were like yelling and like cursing and beating up the paparazzi and never smiling. So I feel like he's starting to turn a new page and kind of starting to be a little bit more friendly, which I like. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I feel like it's
I think
time.
he's just having fun finally doing.
He's a changed man. Oh my God. Maybe he's on. It just reminded me. Maybe he's on Kourtney's like organic plan. Another fantastic scene is when Kourtney, they're sitting out on the patio and Kourtney goes, "This clearly is an organic banana. You know how I can tell? I can't get it open." And she was like banging it on the side. Like, I'm like, it's not a jar of sauce where you're like, I can't get it open. She's like, I can't get, and then just throws it.
And just throws the banana.
And I'm like, it's not made of cement. Like, how could you not open this banana? How weak are you? That
Sometimes
you're like,
no.
all my strength
Sometimes
goes to
bananas
like,
are hard to open. You have to. You have to end up opening it the
She
other
was
way.
able to remove an entire rug from Rob's house, but she's like, this banana, I can't.
That's funny.
And then just
it's so
threw
true.
it.
Just throws the banana.
And then Juanita's like, don't worry, I'll get it.
Poor one.
Juanita.
Oh, Juanita. She needs her own
episode.
spin-off. I want to be keeping up with Juanita. God, I would
Just her
love...
cleaning up
I would
after
love...
everything.
I mean, I know that they have non-disclosure agreements, but can you imagine how amazing a tell-all would be from those maids? Oh, God. What I wouldn't pay.
I bet you eventually one day, like many years down
On
the
their
line,
deathbed, they'll sell their
something will
secrets.
come out. Yeah. Last gossip before we wrap this up. Kylie and Tyga split up again. It seems like this time.
No!
I know, right? It seems like this
I thought
time
that was a love for the ages.
it's seems like this time it's like official.
Yeah.
He was caught by TMZ, I think, at the airport or something like that, and he was saying we're just have our own things going. It sounded very respectful. And that they're still going to be cool. But then he was asked what he thought about Rob being the stepdad to his son, right? King something.
Yeah.
Is his son? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't hate me. And he said, what did he say? He said,
Take it easy.
take it easy, man. Like, don't talk about my kid.
I'm surprised he even said anything to paparazzi. And
I'm sure
I'm
it's like,
not
take
surprised.
it easy. It's my weekend and I'm leaving.
I'm not
I don't want to hear about my
I'm not
kid.
surprised by them breaking up. Like, literally at all. I heard it and I was like, oh.
I mean, it happened once before, and like we thought, oh, it's over, and then they got right back together. But this time, for Tyga to be like stepping out and kind of like actually talking about it, makes it a little bit more real. So.
You guys, if they can't make it work, who can?
We're all doomed.
Yep. Better just pack up my bags and go.
Tyga, I mean, that's the only way people know you. I would give 100 Lumi cases if somebody could have named a Tyga song before he
Rack
started.
City Bitch, Rack
dating.
City Bitch. Art's my favorite one.
There you
Well,
go.
there's one. So Lumi should
Make it
send you
nasty.
cases.
Make it nasty.
There you go. Do you guys have any predictions for next week?
You know what? I feel like that we're gonna see more of Rob, and I hope that by the
AfterBuzz TV prediction.
my bad, I jumped into that way too quick. I think hopefully by the end of this season we're gonna see some of Black China. I'd love to see her come in. I love some tension between Chloe and Black China.
Yeah, me too.
You know, like you said about Black China's mom.
Tokyo Tone. Oh my God. Oh, that's the MMA fight that I am dying for.
Chris
I wanna see that.
Tokyo.
Oh my God, she's a lunatic. I cannot wait. And I'm like, oh, I'm so happy Black China got pregnant. I'm like, yes, get that ATM baby. Get into this family.
Get that ATM.
They are the they are the new Kennedys. And I was like, yes, get in there, Black China. I mean, Amber Rose must be upset because that was her BFF who, oh, sorry, Amber. My prediction for next week is Kourtney is going to complain and be negative.
Literally.
Because I cannot remember an episode in all 20 seasons where Kourtney's walked into a room and she's like, great, I'm so excited about this, can't wait. Never. She's like the monotone Debbie Downer.
Literally.
Like, there's nothing that she likes. I'm like, I don't blame Scott for being like, I give up. Because how could you? And another prediction I have is that there will be at least 20 minutes of shots of the freeway and up close shots of flowers.
And
it's
salads.
Because it's like the TV show really, really believes that you don't know what a road or, highway looks like.
Yep.
Well, this really isn't a prediction. I just want to see more Kylie. I just love
Yes,
her
I
makeup
know.
and her style. So I'm like, come on, I want to say.
I feel like she and Kendall need to just get back into the show more. I want to see more of their lives because they're like the new it thing right now, and I'd love to see them actually like go and like film them more and like see what
Kendall's
they're
busy
doing.
working. Like she's actually like.
I say this all the time. Once they're 21, because they always have to wait. Like a show will not be interesting if you can't like get drunk, and do stupid stuff. Keeping Up with Kendall and Kylie. It's gonna happen one day. That's my prediction. One day.
One day.
I like it.
2021.
What about you?
More Juanita.
More Juanita?
I don't know. It's just gonna be. I'm happy that we're gonna see more Kendall, like we were just saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Next week, we're gonna get to see Kendall quite a bit, I think, from the teaser that we got.
And we'll find out if she ever opened that banana. They left us on it was such a cliffhanger.
Let us
see.
know if you think she opened the banana or
So
not.
many unanswered questions.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Make sure you rate us on iTunes and on YouTube. Leave us comments. We love reading your comments.
As long as they're positive. No, I'm kidding.
No, I say that. Be nice. Anyways,
Even if they're not, it's okay.
Tell us
We're not
where-
even gonna.
You can find me on Instagram at Annabelle Desisto.
All right, you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And you can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Let's Face It with Justine, and you can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3. I forgot for a minute. So many all over the place. So yeah, I do hair and makeup and beauty, and I do some cool stuff. And I was saying before, I'm gonna do contouring on my friend's boobs tomorrow. So check it out. It's actually pretty cool.
boobs. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, XOXOCESCA. We'll see you here next week. And guys, Bobby will be back.
Bobby's back.
Hey, Bobby.
All right, bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.